original idea that we conceived came from a response to the V&A itself and how the museum is full of sort of fixed artefacts. As you walk into the entrance, the sculpture gallery with all the marble carvings was a really good sort of reference point in informing how the forms were visualised. And it was just thinking about how a digital commission can evolve the idea of an artefact into something that's a lot more transient. It doesn't have to sit still, it doesn't have to be a fixed thing, and it's something where it's got a sculptural form to it, but it's always changing.
In terms of audio, I was quite interested in referencing the history of the building almost, and sort of incorporating some quite traditional English classical instruments as well as some more contemporary stuff, and almost in order to kind of bridge the gap between the sort of modernism of this structure and the space that it's in.
It's an immense space to respond to, and it's absolutely beautifully ornate. So we sort of try to create a counterbalance to the ornateness, and this sort of very pure monolithical structure is just framed perfectly by the symmetry of the building. We've worked using generative software, which is software programmed from scratch, a bespoke piece of code, which creates the visuals and the music live in real time. So even we don't know how it's going to look next. One of the nicest things so far as we've been working that summarised it was, I've just heard the most beautiful piece of music in the world and it's gone now.
Being in this courtyard and witnessing maybe one of those amazing moments where there's only maybe 2 other people in there who had that same experience is something quite unique, I think.
But what's really nice about that in this day and age is, you know, everybody collects everything and everybody's saving everything and everybody's hard drives are full up with photos and music, and it's just really nice to have something that is lost forever and you just remember it as a memory, and it's just a really nice phenomenon that you can achieve with digital art. What we've done to keep some form of coherence and concept to the structures, we've devised this set of rules and architecture in which the programming exists. One parameter is the central column, the spine, which runs up through the structure, of which all the visuals are pinned on. And that spine actually reacts to the level of the audio. As soon as you get that kind of living characteristic into an abstract form, then people relate to it more than it purely being a collection of abstract shapes. And I think having that spine is what ties it together. Yeah, but it's going from soft to solid, minimal to maximal, real world to synthesized. And that's one thing that we were looking at as an evolution, wasn't it? In organic terms, that's the sort of the single cell organisms which eventually over billions of years evolve into man, which creates things made out of straight lines.
Everything is somehow feeding back into each other.
So it's not just the visuals listening to the music and dancing to it. The music is actually playing along to what it sees in the visuals as well. And another way that we're keeping it alive is by having the actual sculpture self-podcasting. It's generating its own content. So there's a new excerpt of that day's content that's available online. And that's the amazing thing, it's just the fact that we put all of our energy in at the beginning and then we just press play and let it run. It's such a different way of doing it because you're almost setting yourself up to watch these surprises happen.